It is Game 3 of this rivalry matchup in the National League East. It's the New York Mets in town once again to take on the Atlanta Braves, and the Braves have dominated this series. They won Game 1, 2-1, and then yesterday they had a no-hitter going into the ninth inning that unfortunately did not come through for them, but they are going for the sweep here today as we take a look at all the game storylines across the board. Brooms out, Braves seeking the 3-game sweep here against the Mets. Quickly around the league, the Cubs won yesterday against Washington in extra innings. Cody Bellinger collects 5 RBIs against the Mariners, and Julio Rodriguez breaks out of his 3-for-34 slump against the Yankees. So many more storylines across the league as the playoff picture is starting to take shape. Here in Atlanta, it's Mets and Braves. Spencer Strider will get the call today, looking to get that ERA down. He has struggled this year, 5-9 on the season. 24 starts under his belt in the 5.88 ERA. Lindor will be the leadoff man for the third straight game in this series. And we are set for action here in Atlanta. Strider's first pitch, and we are underway with the first pitch missing outside here in Atlanta. Last start for Spencer Strider came against the Yankees. The walks early in the game killed him in that game. A ball and a strike to Lindor finds the strike zone, and it's 1-2 to the leadoff man. Left side into the glove of Riley, and there's one away. Take a look now at the Mets starting lineup. You just saw Francisco Lindor. Juan Soto and Bo Bichette will follow him. In the middle, Jorge Polanco, Luis Robert Jr., and Ronnie Mauricio. Bottom 3, Marcus Semien, Francisco Alvarez, and Tyrone Taylor. What up, Sam? So a line out for Lindor to start the game. Here is Soto, who takes the first pitch on the outside corner. Soto, the home run leader in the National League. Left side finds the whole base hit for him. They had a shift on for him, and this one goes all the way to the track. Yastrzemski gets it. Soto to second. It's a one-out double. So yesterday, after the Braves went 8 2/3 innings without giving up a hit, they were 1 out away from a no-hitter. They give up a base hit here in the first inning to Juan Soto. Now Bo Bichette will stand in. He had the one hit yesterday, extending his hitting streak to 11 games. Braves were 1 out away from a combined no-hitter, and he hit a ball into right field for a base knock. Right-sided foul. They'll do it at 1-1. Right side, that's a base hit. Acuna up with the ball quickly. Let's see what Soto does. Throw to home as a bullet to hold Soto at third base. And there's runners at the corners here with 1 out, and Bo Bichette's got a 12-game hitting streak. Playing MLB The Show 20 and traded for almost every superstar currently in MLB still from that game. Better go undefeated. So Polanco with an early RBI chance here for the Mets. Runners at the corners. And it's 2-0. Pitch, Polanco takes high. He is ahead 3-0 on Strider with Luis Robert Jr. waiting on deck. Early trouble for Strider in the first once again. He has struggled in the first inning this season. And that's a strike, 3-1. Off of Baldwin on a foul ball, and now he's worked it back to full 3-2, and this would be a big out if Strider can get it. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Polanco. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and a big out number 2 in the first. 97 miles an hour from Spencer Strider. And there's 2 out here in the opening inning. And now Luis Robert, the last hope for the Mets in the first. And he swings away at the first pitch, grounds it to Riley, who will throw across the diamond in time. And Spencer Strider gets out of the first inning jam. Runners at the corner, stranded there by New York, and we're halfway through 1. Mets nothing, Braves coming to bat. Starting pitcher today for the Mets will be Nolan McLean, who this season has started 24 games. He has a 4.98 ERA, and the Braves will look to pounce on him to try to get the sweep here against their rivals. Austin Riley stays in the leadoff spot, and he will lead things off here against McLean to start game 3. First pitch from the Mets side is a strike to Riley. Acuna, the switch hitter. I love it. Acuna, Tatis, Ohtani, Ramirez, Soto, Devers, Olsen. Oh, my God. It's an all-star team. Riley hammers this one deep to right field. He's going Oppo into the chop house. A leadoff home run for Austin Riley, and it's 1-0 Atlanta. Another opposite field home run for Austin Riley. They try him in the leadoff spot, and it's working. A leadoff bomb for the Braves third baseman off the bricks on the backside of the chop house, and it's 1-0 Atlanta. 4 pitches into this game. And now Acuna pops the next pitch straight up in the air. And just like that, there's out number 1. Free stakes for everybody. Gotta let CH know. Take a look now at the Braves starting lineup. You just saw Riley with the bomb. Acuna just popped out. Baldwin will stand in now, followed by Matt Olson, Ozzie Albies, and Hassan Kim, who gets another start at shortstop today. Michael Harris, Jurickson Profar, and Mike Yastrzemski, the bottom 3. So here is Baldwin, swinging a very hot bat. Already a career high in home runs. He's got 28 of them. For the reigning Rookie of the Year in the National League, he takes ball 1. Baldwin shoots that one foul, and it's a ball and a strike. So another good start for the Braves offensively. So that would be 2019 Mike Soroka? So Braves Mike Soroka before he got hurt. 1-2 to Baldwin. Strike 3 called on a pitch that looked outside. No challenge by Baldwin, and that is out number 2. '22-year-old Mike Soroka was a very good pitcher. Just got plagued with the injuries early in his career. Here's Matt Olson, who takes outside for ball 1. One nothing Braves here in the first. The leadoff home run by Riley. Now Olsen bats here with 2 out and fouls that one away, ball and a strike. Inside to Olsen. Hitters count at 2-1. Olsen way ahead 3-1 with Olbies waiting on deck. Olbies homered in yesterday's game on a moonshot to straightaway center field that landed in Chattahoochee Falls. 3 balls way ahead Olsen. Outside ball 4, inning continues. You gotta have Ozzie Olbies. One of the more underrated players in the major leagues. There's strike 1. 13 homers, including one in yesterday's game, 40 runs driven in, and a .268 batting average coming into play today. Olbies hits this one in the air to center field. Luis Robert will drift over to make the catch. And the side is retired, but the Braves strike first in the first, courtesy of Austin Riley. Going the other way into the chop house, the leadoff bomb makes it 1-0 Atlanta. Ronnie Mauricio will lead things off here in the top half of inning number 2 against Spencer Strider. Strider 16 pitches in that opening inning, and Robert ambushes the first pitch high and deep right center field. Harris on the run, jumps up and makes the catch. Michael Harris shows off his range and robs Mauricio of extra bases. A 100% route efficiency for Michael Harris. Beautiful play. 4 Braves: Acuna, Olsen, Olbies, and Soroka. That 2019 team was stacked for the Braves. Yasiel Puig Jr. So 1 out here in the second. And a 1-0 pitch to Semien. Tap foul, 1-1. Mets had runners at the corners in the first inning, could not capitalize. A big strikeout of Polanco by Strider. Then he got Robert to ground out. Two and two. Semien DHing today for the Mets. Mets held to just 1 hit in yesterday's game. Braves were 1 out away from a combined no-hitter. Here's a broken bat, little flare. Olsen dives, it's off his glove, and now a flip is not going to be in time. That's a fair ball and a base hit on a little broken bat flare by Marcus Semien. And now 1 ball and no strike to Alvarez. So a couple interesting plays to start this second inning. Mets have their third base runner aboard. Here with 1 out in the second. Runner takes off, pitch is hammered high in deep left field. Yastrzemski going back. Will the ballpark hold it? Yes, it will. Yastrzemski makes a running catch. And there's 2 away. What drama here in the second inning. And now the last chance here for the Mets will be Tyrone Taylor. Taylor swings and misses at a first pitch fastball. Taylor in the 9-hole here for New York. 0-1 pitch is yanked foul, and it's 0-2. Taylor went 0 for 2 in 3 plate appearances yesterday. He did walk early in yesterday's game. A ball and 2 strikes from Spencer Strider. And a breaking ball is swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Strider, his second of the game, and he's pumped up going off the mound. It's 1-0 Atlanta halfway through 2. Hassan Kim will lead things off here for the Braves. Bottom half of inning number 2. They'll send the 6, 7, 8 hitters to the plate as Kim goes the other way on the first pitch. And the Braves looking to pick up right where they left off in the first. Leadoff single for Hassan Kim. Braves love to go opposite field, and they do it once more. So here's Michael Harris now. He's batting .230 on the season. Hasn't done anything crazy at the plate as of late. He's got 13 big flies on the season, 57 runs driven in. We mentioned the .230 batting average, looking to get that up just a tick. See if he can get hot here down the stretch. Off the end of the bat, and he's down 0-2. He walked in yesterday's game, paired with a couple strikeouts. And the 0-2 pitch here is off the end of the bat again. Harris rips it, but it's foul. They'll do it again. Good battle here, down by 2 strikes for Michael Harris. A couple foul balls. Phillies won again today, 7-3 over St. Louis. Aaron Nola got the win against McGreevy. And Kyle Schwarber hit his 32nd home run. Little poke job to the left side, and that's down for a hit. To second base goes Kim, and the Braves have their first 2 runners reach here in the second inning. Line drive in the books. And Michael Harris with a base knock. So 2 on for Atlanta. Here's PED man Jurickson Profar. Profar went 0 for 3 in yesterday's game, including a strikeout. 18 homers on the season, 57 runs driven in. Profar tried to go inside out, and it's 0-2. In real life, we've got a no-hitter watch happening right now in the major leagues. It belongs to Bryce Miller and the Seattle Mariners. No hit through 6 innings. Over the Angels, Mariners currently lead 1-0 in Seattle. One-two pitch. Profar turns on it and sends it to right field. Kim will move up to third. Throw will come all the way to the plate to hold Kim, and the bases are loaded here for Atlanta with nobody out. 3 straight hits to start the inning for Atlanta. And the bases are loaded for Mike Yastrzemski. And the Braves with a chance to do big damage here against McLean Irwin. Bases loaded for Yastrzemski, and he takes ball 1. Inside, almost hit him, and it's 2-0. So Yastrzemski way ahead. He might be in take till you get a strike mode here with the bases loaded and nobody out. He does take, and he got a strike, 2-1. So now he's ahead at a hitter's count. See if Yastrzemski tries to do some damage with the bases juiced. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Swing and a line drive caught at second base by Mauricio, and there's 1 away. So everybody stays put, one out with the bases loaded. And here is Austin Riley as we go back to the top of the order. And Riley hit an opposite field leadoff home run to start the game. They're now trying to do some damage here in the second. Crowd is loud here at Truist Park. Bases loaded, one out. And Riley takes inside for ball one. That one finds the strike zone. Ball and a strike with Jerry Hillsdale calling balls and strikes today. Let's go Braves chants echo at Truist Park with the bases loaded. 1-1. Riley swings and sends it foul, 1-2. Got him to chase it, and there's two out. So they go for him, bases loaded and nobody out, to bases loaded and two out. Braves looking to capitalize, and it'll be Acuna. Bases still full of Braves as they look to cash in. Two away for Acuna, who swings and grounds it. Diving stop by Bichette. Throw to second is in time, and Acuna robbed of a couple RBIs there, and McLean gets out of the bases loaded jam. Take a look at the last 10 games for the Braves. A lot of green in there. Just the red X's were that road trip, that quick one in New York where they got swept. The Braves are creeping back in the NL East. They're creeping back in the wild card as they look to make a comeback and find the postseason once again here in 2026. Still a 1-0 lead for the Braves here in Game 3 of this three-game set. They had the bases loaded and nobody out in the bottom half of the second. Couldn't capitalize, and now Strider back to work. And a first pitch swing and a drive by Lindor that's going to hook foul. So the leadoff spot back to the plate here to start the third inning. 1-2-3 for the Mets as Lindor takes inside. On the ground towards the middle and through for a base hit. Leadoff single for Lindor. A bobble by Harris, and Lindor stays at first. First hit of the ball game for Lindor after he lined out to Riley to start the game. McDonald's is correct, Sam. So now the National League home run leader, Soto, takes outside for ball one. Soto doubled his first time. He got stranded at third base, and that was his first hit of the series. Braves have pitched to him well. Outside corner, ball and a strike. That would be awesome. Checked his swing for a strike, 1-2. If I was sponsored by McDonald's, things would be looking up. 1-2. Inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Soto. Doesn't get any easier with Bo Bichette waiting on deck. And the 2-2. Inside again. Full count at 3-2 now. Soto was late on it, and he fouls it away. Emergency swing on a changeup. Soto hits this one in the air, right center field. Acuna and Harris will converge. It'll be Harris to make the catch for out number 1. And that holds Lindor at first base. 1 out here in the third. So Soto now 1 for 10 in the series. That'll bring Bo Bichette to the plate. Runner on first with 1 man out. Bichette 1 for 1 as they check on Lindor over there. Bichette 1 for 1 in the ball game with a base hit. Slide step and a strike, 0-2. Third inning here in Atlanta, 1-0 Braves. And the 0-2. Breaking ball hit on the ground to third. Could be 2. Around the horn they go, and it's a double play. 5-4-3, they roll it up. And Spencer Strider up to a good start here in Atlanta tonight. He hasn't been perfect, but it's still a goose egg on the board for New York. Take a look at our series recap as we welcome you back to Atlanta. Over the beautiful skyline here at Atlanta GA as the sun begins to set. Braves won game 1 and 2. Yesterday they had a no-hitter going into the 9th inning. They had 8 2/3 no-hit innings and finally gave up a hit. Bo Bichette spoiled the no-hit bid. Here is Baldwin leading things off in the 3rd inning. It'll be Baldwin, Olsen, and Olbies here in a 1-0 game for the Braves. Baldwin shoots it the other way, and it'll go into the netting, and it's 0-2 to the Braves catcher. Baldwin off the end of the bat, 0-2 remains the count. Baldwin struck out looking his first time, looking to get into the hit column. To lead things off in the 3rd, the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout of Baldwin in this game. 3 strikeouts now for McLean. And there's one away for Matt Olson, the first baseman who walked back in the opening inning. Olson on a diving knockdown by Mauricio, and the recovery is in time by half a step. Another good defensive play in this game. This time Ronnie Mauricio robs Olsen of a base hit. Olsen not the fastest guy down the line either, and Mauricio was able to make the play. Let's see how close it was by 3/4 of a stride. So 2 up, 2 down to start the inning for Atlanta. Ozzie Olbies now to the plate, takes a strike. Olbies flew out to center field in his first at-bat. He hit a home run in yesterday's game. He was on base twice if you count that home run. He also walked yesterday as well. Olbies was late on it, and it's 0-2. Inside, and it hits him. And Olbies gets drilled, and the inning will continue as Olbies is aboard via the hit by pitch. So the inning will continue. Let's see if they can take advantage of it. Here's Kim. And Kim has to bend out of danger. And the Boo Birds start to rain down here in Atlanta. Pitch number 50 is in there for a strike, and it's a ball and a strike. The no-hit bid in real life that we were talking about, Bryce Miller for the Mariners, has ended. The Angels a couple hits off of Miller in the 7th. And they're actually now hitting Seattle 2-1. It was 1-0 Seattle on a home run. That was the only anything offensively in that game, and now Seattle being out hit in a 1-0 game as Kim swings and misses, and it's 2-2. Runner takes off. Kim lines it into the hole and goes into the gap. And let's see how fast Olbies can run. He's rounding third and heading for the plate. And there will be no play. 2-0 Atlanta. Ha-Seong Kim with a beautifully executed hit and run makes it 2-0 Braves. On a beautiful piece of hitting right into the vacated hole. And they do take advantage of the hit by pitch. And now Harris will stand in and take a ball. So 2-0 now in favor of the Braves. RBI double by Ha-Seong Kim. Dramatics happening in Los Angeles. My boy CH is probably excited about that. In real life, it was 6-0 San Diego. Dodgers have come back to tie it, bottom 4, and now they just took the lead. It's 7-6 Los Angeles now in the bottom of the 4th on an RBI double by Mookie Betts. So the script has been flipped in Los Angeles in the National League West rivalry matchup. Dodgers already 11 hits in that game, and they've tied and taken the lead. CH just called Aaron Judge Aaron Fudge. Sounds about right. Hitting in that Mickey Mouse Stadium in New York. 3 balls and a strike to Harris. It's in the dirt, kicks away. And Kim will move up to third on a walk. And runners are at the corners now. So now it makes way to Jurickson Profar. All of this action happening with 2 outs. And Profar 1 for 1 with a base knock. Profar takes inside for ball 1. We're in the 3rd inning and a 2-0 game. Braves threatening again here with 2 out. And McLean already at 60 pitches after this next. In there, 1-1. Profar yanks it foul. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. A ball and 2 strikes to Profar. And he fouled it off. Chum told CH he liked Aaron Judge, and then CH played the boo sound effect at Chum. Yeah, that's accurate and warranted. Another 1-2. Profar chases. And the inning is over, but the Braves with a couple 2-out hits. Gets another run across. Ha-Seong Kim, the RBI double. And it's 2-0 Braves after 3. Leading things off for the Mets, top half of inning number 4, Jorge Polanco will stand in against Spencer Strider. Pitch count is good for Strider. He's given up a few hits, nothing to show for it though for New York. And after being shut out in yesterday's game, 3 scoreless innings so far here for Strider today. And the 1-1 is in there, 1-2. Braves have only given up 1 run in this series, and it came in the 3rd inning of game 1. As Polanco fouls another one off. Polanco shoots this one the other way. Yastrzemski is there, 1 out. The Braves have now pitched 18 1/3 scoreless innings here against the Mets in this series. They scored 1 run back in game 1. Braves pitching has been dominant. Here is Luis Robert, who takes inside 1-0. I am in retail management, I guess is the best way to describe it. The generic term, I would say, Sam, is retail management. In there, 2 balls and a strike. Robert grounded out to third his first time and hammers this ball high in deep left center field, and this ball is going to sail into the bleachers. Luis Robert Jr. puts the Mets on the scoreboard and cuts the lead in half. It's 2-1. That ball was hammered off the bat of Luis Robert Jr. Just the second run the Braves have given up to the Mets in this series, and it was 101 miles an hour off the bat. No, on the grocery side, Sam. Safeway Albertsons. Swing and a miss by Mauricio now. It's 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. I don't know if you have Safeway Albertsons where you're from, Sam, but it's a grocery chain. Outside 1-2. Mauricio got robbed of a hit by Michael Harris on the running, jumping catch in front of the wall back in the second inning. And Mauricio grounds this one towards Olbies, who makes the backhanded play and makes the throw. 2 out. So now 2 away. Here in the fourth inning, here's Marcus Semien. He singled earlier in the second. That one stays high, ball 1. High drive, but foul, 1-1. Where are you from, Sam? I can't remember. Are you from the Pittsburgh area? Semien takes a strike, 1-2. Little inside-out swing, bloop job right field. Acuna will get there, and the side is retired. But the Mets do get on the scoreboard courtesy of Luis Robert. He homers into left center field to get the Mets on the board halfway through this game. It's 2-1. Leadoff man for the Braves here in the bottom half of inning number 4 will be Mike Yastrzemski. 9-1-2 due up here for Atlanta against Nolan McLean, who remains out there at least for the moment. I don't know if you've ever heard, Sam, if you've ever heard of, as this one's hit up the middle into a shift, and Lindor makes the play, 1 out. I don't know if you've ever heard of, like, Vaughn's or, I guess, Kroger-type stores. It's kind of the same concept, Safeway, Albertsons. Trying to think of other chains that are like that. Here's Riley, who takes a strike on the other half, and it's 0-1. Riley rolls it over, third base side. This will be Bo Bichette, and one third baseman grounds out to the other quickly. 2 out here in the fourth. So 2 away, nobody aboard. Here's Acuna. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game. He grounded out to third base his last time. He also popped up straight in the air. Kroger's not the same, but it's very similar. Acuna shoots it the other way, and it's foul. 0-2 the count. Stays high, 1-2. With the way that Padres-Dodger game is going, I don't know if CH is going to be in here by the time this game comes to a close. Outside 2-2. Which is totally fair. He's got a dandy going on at Dodger Stadium right now. 2-2. Swing and a miss by Acuna. And a 1-2-3 inning for the Bravos here in the fourth. We head to the fifth inning in a 2-1 game here in Atlanta. Take a look at our starter comparison to this point. McLean against Strider. Both have pitched 4 innings. 2-1 is our score. 5 hits for either side. A couple walks for McLean. 5 strikeouts compared to 2 for McLean against Spencer Strider. Been a pretty evenly pitched matchup in this game 3. Francisco Alvarez will stand in to lead things off against Strider and swings at the first pitch, sends it the other way to right field. Acuna back, ballpark will hold, and there's 1 away. That's cool, Sam. CH doing his thing. Got a good one in Dodger Stadium. Here's Tyrone Taylor, who shoots this one the other way. Acuna's busy, and he makes a basket catch. 2 pitches and 2 outs to start this 5th inning for Strider. And now Lindor. Back to the top we go. And Lindor swings and misses. 0-1. Lindor singled his last time. That was in the 3rd. He did get stranded at first base. And now he's down 0-2. And Strider looking for a very quick 5th inning here. He taps it foul. Lindor rolls it over, and that'll go foul again. When I heard your voice, I thought of Urinating Tree, the YouTuber. I have never heard of him. As Lindor slaps this one the other way, Yastrzemski back, no chance. It goes over his head, and one hops the fence. And that's going to be a 2-out double for Francisco Lindor. And the inning continues here for New York. No balls in, a strike now to Soto. Swing and just got a piece of it. One-two pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And Soto's retired again. Drake Baldwin set to lead things off here in the 5th inning. As he fouls the first pitch off, and it's 0-1. Action out there in the Mets bullpen. Senga and Brazoban warming up out there. Baldwin shoots it to the left side, and Bo Bichette's got it. Throw across in time, 1 out. He's from Pittsburgh. I don't know if you know who Tom Grossi is or not, but he's friends with him, and they collaborate with each other and 3 other guys. I do not, Mr. Sam. One away, here's Olsen, who checks his swing and went around. Strike 1. Olsen walked back in the first inning. He also grounded out in the third. Olsen turns on it and sends it foul. 0-2 now the count. Two to 1 our score. We're in the fifth. Inside to Olsen. Swing and a foul ball. They'll do it again. Backed up the middle. It goes off of McLean, ricochets towards Bichette, and the throw to first is in time. Unbelievable. And McLean is now down on a knee. Today is the day for pitchers getting hit with baseballs. And that's the second time Olsen has gotten thrown out on a bobbled ball or a ricocheted ball or something. And there's two away here for Aussie Olbies. Strike one. That game in Los Angeles for CH is now 8-6. Pitchers didn't show up to the ballpark in that game in Los Angeles. Wow. Here's Olbies, and it's 1-1. Tom has been on Pat McAfee and Rich Eisen going to all these football cities and raising money for St. Jude. Oh, that's cool. I've definitely heard the name. I just can't picture him in my brain. Olbies now down to his final strike in the inning. And the 1-2 home swing and a foul ball. This will probably be the last batter McLean faces here tonight. Whether it ends the inning and goes to the sixth, or if Olbies can find a way to reach. Outside. Good take by Olbies. 2-2 the count. Hit by a pitch earlier in the third inning. Came around to score on a two-out rally by Atlanta. Checked his swing. It's a strikeout. And a 1-2-3 inning for the Braves on the plate once again. 6 up and the last 6 down for McLean. End of 5 in a 2-1 game. It's been a fun one here in Atlanta tonight so far. It started early with Soto doubling, but then in the bottom half of the first, Riley, 4 pitches into this game, sent one into the chop house the other way, gave the Braves a 1-0 lead at the time. There's been some defensive highlights in this game on both sides. And then the Braves added on to their lead. It was 2-0 after this Kim RBI double. And then the Mets did get on the scoreboard on a home run by Luis Robert to make it 2-1, and that's where we stand right now. Spencer Strider remains out there for the Braves. Much better start than his previous one against the Yankees. As you take a look at our line score, Mets actually out hitting the Braves 6-5, but a 2-1 lead for the Braves in Game 3 of this series. They're going for the sweep here tonight before they welcome the Arizona Diamondbacks into town for a 3-game weekend set. Part of the Mets order due up here in the 6th, and a big swing and a miss by Bo Bichette. 0-2 now. Breaking ball fought off by Bichette, and they'll do it again. Little blooper, left center field. Harris can't get there. Base hit. Bo Bichette with his second base hit of the night leads things off in the 6th inning, and the tying runs aboard. Just bloops it into the hole. He's a Packer fan that does football shorts where he wears that team's jersey and says things like the Steelers go to the Super Bowl. He does the offseason for all the teams and regular season. Here's a first pitch swing by Polanco right at Acuna, who is there to make the catch. And there's one away. I'll have to search him up. I'm going to write that name down. Tom Grossi. Yeah. That name sounds very familiar. I just can't picture it right now. Big swing and a miss by Luis Robert, who homered earlier. Action in the Braves bullpen getting going. Robert Suarez and Tyler Kinley warming up out there. Robert turns on it and sends it foul. 0-2. Stays way high, 1-2. Besides that home run, Robert also grounded out to Riley at third back in the opening inning. Ooh, we got an injury here in Atlanta. Spencer Strider, both hands on his back, trying to work through some stiffness. Trainer believes that the injury is such that a few days rest will make Strider good as new. And Spencer Strider is going to have to come out of this game. We go to the bullpen here in Atlanta, and Danny Young will get the call. 39 appearances on the season for him, 4.82 ERA. And he'll come in a little earlier than expected with the injury to Spencer Strider. So he'll take over in the middle of the at-bat against Luis Robert Jr. The count's 1-2. Runner at first is Bichette. And Robert fouls off another one. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. A strikeout out of the bullpen for Young finishes the job started by Spencer Strider. And there's two away here in the sixth. And now Ronnie Mauricio, the last chance for the Mets here in the sixth inning. First pitch in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. I know that it's going to happen right after I say it, but I think it's worth mentioning we have not had any ABS challenges yet in this game. Swinging a fly ball right field. Acuna back a few steps, but he'll have no problem. And the inning comes to a close. Mets strand another runner, and it's still a 2-1 Braves lead as we head to the bottom half of the sixth. New pitcher into the game for the Mets. Kodai Senga will come into this game for New York. 41 games under his belt, 3.36 ERA. And his first task here in the bottom half of inning number 6 will be Ha-Seong Kim. It'll be Kim, Harris, and Profar for the Braves. Kim having a good night. He's 2 for 2 in the ball game, singled in the second, and an RBI double his last time in the third inning. Ken Griffey Jr., the same thing happened in my play now game. Ball bounced up, hit him in the shoulder, pulled in only the second inning. On the ground left side, cut off by Bichette, and Kim is retired to start the inning here in the sixth. These pitchers just be getting injured randomly in the show. Here's Michael Harris, 2 at-bats for him today. He walked his last time. So he's 1 for 1 with that base hit he had in the second inning. He did get stranded at second base. Remember, back in that second inning, the Braves had the bases loaded with nobody out, and they couldn't score. And now it's just a 2-1 game here in the sixth. Off the end of the bat, 0-2 to Harris. Off the end of the bat again. Harris with a blooper, and it sends it foul. Emergency swing, and he stays alive. Breaking news out of the real-life MLB action going on. Julio Rodriguez for the Mariners has exited the game. As this ball's hammered high and deep to right. Harris sends it a mile. Goodbye. Into the chop house, and it's 3-1. And that was a much-needed home run by Michael Harris. He's just been kind of slumping a little bit at the plate. He's gone a while without a long ball, and he gets one here in Atlanta tonight. Makes it 3-1 on the second home run of the night for the Braves. Fries and steak now for Sam. But going back to that, as Profar now turns on one, sends it to right field, and it's gone! Back to back! And the Braves take a 4-1 lead. We got steak, we've got fries, and now we've got dessert. Jurix and Profar goes back to back with Michael Harris. And now Yastrzemski to the plate. Yastrzemski 0 for 2 in the ball game. Trying to get a point across, but the Braves keep getting homers. Julio Rodriguez had to exit the game in real life because he got hit in the back of the helmet by a throw from an Angels fielder. That is all I was trying to say, and the Bravos keep hitting it a mile. Ooh, just missed. 1-2. Turns on this one, grounds it to second base and Mauricio, and there's 2 out. Gotta talk fast, Sam. We're gonna get a pitching change here for the Mets. Couple home runs back-to-back by the Braves. Harris and Profar extend the Braves' lead. New pitcher into the game for the Mets will be Huáscar Brazoban, who will appear in his 65th game on the season. He's got a 3.94 ERA. And he will come in here with 2 out for the Braves. In the top of the order, Austin Riley will stand in. He started the game with a leadoff home run the other way into the chop house. And now bats here with 2 out in the 6th. Riley attacks the first pitch, just fouled, 0-1. Inside, 1-1 the count, 97 miles an hour. On the radar gun for Brazoban. (4-1) Braves now here in the 6th. Riley swings and misses, and he strikes out to end the inning. But the Braves with a couple of long balls back to back. It started with Harris, and then it goes over to Jurix and Profar, and the Braves have a 3-run lead after 6 here in Atlanta, GA. New pitcher into the game out of the bullpen will be Robert Suarez, who comes in for his 48th appearance on the season. He's got a 2.33 ERA. And now he's got a 3-run lead to work with as Marcus Semien will lead things off here for the Mets. Semien takes a strike. Ball and a strike. Two balls and a strike. Hitters count now to Semien, leading things off in the 7th inning. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Semien is 1 for 2 in the ball game. He singled back in the 2nd inning. He also flew out in the 4th. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, struck him out 99 miles an hour. And there's one away here in the 7th inning. And now Francisco Alvarez will be the hitter. 1 out, nobody aboard. 4-1 Braves lead as Alvarez takes off the plate. He flew out to Acuna in right field his last time. He also flew out to Yastrzemski in left. So a couple flyouts for the Mets catcher. You're in a 4-1 game now. 2-0, and our first ABS challenge of the night. Baldwin taps the helmet, and for good reason. 1-1. Ball and 2 strikes now. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Suarez out of the bullpen. And there's 2 away. I did speak it into existence, Sam, but it wasn't directly after I spoke on it, so that does not qualify as an announcer jinx. It took a little bit still. I'm not claiming that one. The no-hitter last night, I will claim. Here's Tyrone Taylor who takes a strike, just pounding away at the strike zone. Fouled away, and it's 0-2. Now Suarez a strike away from striking out the side in the 7th. 0-2 pitch on the way. Fouled off. Suarez looking to send us to the stretch. Fouled away again by Taylor. All right, fair enough, Sam. It's always the announcer's fault. Swing and a miss. High cheddar. And that sends us to the stretch. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Take a look at our game summary to this point. 4-1 Braves. Spencer Strider, 5 1/3. 7 hits, 1 earned run on the home run by Robert. Michael Harris, 2 for 2 with a home run. And Jurickson Profar is 2 for 3 with a home run. They went back-to-back in the 6th. McLean pitched 5 innings for the Mets, 5 hits allowed. Luis Robert, the only run on the board via his home run. And Francisco Lindor has a couple hits for New York. Here's Acuna, who takes a first pitch strike. Acuna is 0 for 3 in the ball game, struck out his last time. Brooks Raley warming up out there for New York. That's why you missed it, because you're lactose. Acuna taps it foul, and it's 0-2. a while since we've seen Acuna unload on one. Let's see if he can get it here on a 2-strike pitch. He went fishing and somehow made contact. Acuna hasn't homered since the National Series 3 series ago. Fouled it off, and it's still 0-2. I am actually, in real life, I am lactose, and it sucks. Acuna goes fishing. Throw to first is in time, 1 away. Acuna strikes out for the second time in this game. Take a look at StatCast powered by Google Cloud. The strikeout pitch spiked in the dirt, 7 inches of pitch break, 1,900 rotations per minute. So now Baldwin to the plate. He's 0 for 3. A couple of strikeouts for him and also a ground out. Takes a first pitch strike. Grounded out to third in the 5th inning. That was his previous at-bat. 2 strikeouts before that. Nobody on, 1 out. We're in the 7th. 3-run Braves lead. And Baldwin takes downstairs. Baldwin shoots it foul. A hula dance by the third base coach. And it's 1-2. Now Baldwin looks to protect the plate. A ball and 2 strikes. Baldwin fouls it off. 97 miles an hour from the right arm of Brazoban. Baldwin up the middle, and that's going to find the hole. Base hit. Good battle with 2 strikes, and now a bobble by Robert. Baldwin will stay at first. And a base hit for him. Much needed hit after going 0 for 3 to start this game. So now Matt Olson will get a chance to swing. 1 on with 1 out. Chased it. Runner takes off. It was a hit and run, and a wild throw goes into center. Baldwin's going to take off for third, and Robert's throw is offline, and that one almost got away. Chaos on the base paths. And Baldwin gets all the way to third base. Matt Olson chased it, trying to make contact. Alvarez threw it into center, and on the wild throw, Baldwin goes all the way to third. So runner at third now is Baldwin as the catcher causes chaos on the bases. And Olson hits it up the middle. It's an RBI, and it's 5-1. So that worked out to perfection for the Braves. And Matt Olson takes home the RBI. So still 1 away, runner at first again. Here's Olbies. Downstairs 1-0. Olbies struck out his last time. He did come around to score after he got hit by a pitch earlier. He also flew out to center field. 5-1 Braves now, a 4-run lead. Ooh, got the call, 1-1. Downstairs again, 2-2 to Olbies. Another run home in the inning for Atlanta. Fouled off again. Olby's homered in yesterday's game, a shot into center field. Now in a battle here, it's a 2-2. Strike, 3 called, 2 out. And that's going to do it for Brazoban. Another pitching changeup coming here for the Mets. 2 out in the 7th. That game in Los Angeles on a top 6, 10-6 Dodgers, 15 hits. Home runs in the game by the Padres, Manny Machado, Jake Cronenworth, and Jackson Merrill. Rushing a home run for the Dodgers. Then a bunch of runs scored. Dramatic game in LA. Here's Hassan Kim. He's down 0-1 in the count. 10 runs, 15 hits, no errors for the Dodgers. 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Padres. Incredible game for CH over on his side of things. Kim hits this one in the air. Left field for Soto. And he will get there with ease to make the catch, and the inning is over. Braves tack on another run. RBI single by Matt Olson makes it 5-1 Atlanta, as they are 6 outs away from a sweep of their rivals. Top of the order due up here for the Mets against Robert Suarez, who remains out there for Atlanta. 4-run lead for the Braves. And Lindor takes off the plate 1-0. 1-2-3 due up here for New York. Action in the Braves bullpen. Ian Hamilton and Jose Suarez warming up. In there at the knees. Lindor singled twice in this game. He's 2 for 3. Base hit in the 5th, base hit in the 3rd. He lined out to Riley at 3rd back in the opening inning. Swing and a miss, 1-2. In off the fist and fouled off. They'll do it again. 99 miles an hour there from Suarez. 1-2 pitch. In the air, left field. Yastrzemski towards the line. It's slicing away, and he makes the catch. 1 away here in the 8th inning. And now Juan Soto. Just 1 hit in the series, and that came earlier in this game. He doubled back in the 1st. Soto takes off the plate, ball 1. Soto leads the team in average. He leads the National League in home runs. He's on pace for over 60 home runs on the season. But he's been held in check by the Braves here at Truist Park this series. 1 for 11. And he breaks his bat here, and it'll go foul. So get a new piece of lumber. And it's a ball and a strike. Swing and a miss, 1-2. And Suarez looking to set Soto down again. 1-2 on the way. Swinging a foul ball. Inside, 2-2. We mentioned the double back in the first inning by Soto. He's also flown out to center and struck out his last time. And he fouls this one away, and it'll go out of play. 100 miles an hour there from Suarez on the fastball. Two-two pitch. Battle continues. We'll see at least 9 pitches in this at-bat between Suarez and Soto. Suarez getting near 30 pitches out of the bullpen. 2-2 on the way. Another foul ball, and that one stings Baldwin. Tenth pitch of the at-bat on the way. Suarez to Soto. In the dirt, full count. We'll see an 11th pitch, with Bo Bichette waiting on deck. Soto hits this one the other way. Left field, Yastrzemski on the run, settles, and makes the catch. Suarez wins the battle. An 11-pitch at-bat turns into a fly-out for Soto, and Suarez is going to get pulled. Does his job, almost 30 pitches out of the bullpen. And a pitching change here in Atlanta. We go from Robert Suarez to Ian Hamilton here in the 8th inning. 75th appearance on the season for Hamilton, 4.85 ERA. And he'll look to hold the Mets to where they are right here. 2 out, nobody aboard, 8th inning, 4-run lead for the Braves. Here's Bo Bichette, couple hits for him tonight. Base hit his last time. He also singled back in the opening inning. Inside ball 1, and a challenge from Baldwin. Second challenge of the night for him, and he loses this one. A ball and no strikes. Bichette on the ground. Second base side for Olbies. Throw to first is in time. And another scoreless inning put up by the Bravos. They lead 5-1. Halfway through 8. Last chance for some insurance as they go for the sweep. Michael Harris will lead things off in the 8th inning. Let's flash back to the 6th. Harris turned on one and sent one into the chop house. It was a bomb, first of back-to-back jacks for the Braves. Him and Profar went back-to-back. A much-needed home run for Harris as he looks to get the bat going as we head towards the middle of August. Breaking ball finds the strike zone to start the inning. All I have to do, Sam, is... Hold on. I hold down on your name, I think, and then it just gives me the option. Swing and a miss by Harris. He goes down swinging. Let me see. Like that. I just hold down on your name and it gives me the option. Here's Profar. He went back-to-back with Harris back in the 6th inning. As he turns on this one and sends it foul, 1-1. In there, 1-2. Didn't bite, and he works it even to 2-2. "5-1 Braves are in the 8th. 1 out, nobody aboard for Profar. They look to add on some insurance. Fouled off again by Profar. Swing and a rocket, but foul. 103 miles an hour off the bat of Profar as he continues the battle here against Rayleigh. 2-2 pitch in the dirt, and he swung at it. Alvarez finds the ball, throw to first in time, 2 out. So 2 away in the 8th. Last chance for the Braves. At the plate will be Mike Yastrzemski. And he takes inside for ball 1. Yanked to the right side and snared by Polanco to end the inning. All right, here we go. Last chance for the Mets. Braves looking to sweep their rivals here at home. Dylan Lee will get the call here in the 9th inning to try to close this baby out and secure a series sweep over those nasty Mets from Queens. 55 games under his belt on the season. 2.19 ERA has been good, and his first task will be Jorge Polanco. 3 outs to get here for Atlanta. Outside to start the inning to Polanco. Polanco 0 for 3 in the ball game. Struck out back in the first. He's also blown out a couple times. 1 to left and Yastrzemski, 1 to right and Acuna. 2-0. Two balls and a strike. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Dylan Lee trying to retire Polanco here in the 9th. Inside, full count. Right side, Olsen snares, takes it to the bag, 1 out.
Up next for the Mets, center fielder Luis Robert Jr.
Joey Wentz and Jose Suarez warming up just in case out there. No balls and a strike to Luis Robert, who homered earlier, responsible for the 1 run on the board for the Mets. 0-2. Just missed downstairs, 1-2. Just missed again. Borderline pitch is not going Lee's way. And it's 2-2 to Robert Jr. Braves 2 outs away from a sweep of the Mets. Robert in the air down the right field line. Acuna drifts, crowd reacts, and he makes the catch. 1 out away now. And now Ronnie Mauricio, the last out to get for Atlanta. Breaking ball misses. Ball 1-1-0. Just that one series in between it all for the Braves against the Yankees. Really the only blemish in the month of August. There's a fly ball to center, and Harris has got it. And the Braves have swept the Mets. The Braves hop New York in the standings. They move closer to a wild card spot. And they win it 5-1 behind the long ball here tonight. Spencer Strider gets the win. Nolan McLean gets the loss. And the Braves break out the brooms against their rivals. It was a fun one, and it started early. Austin Riley got the party started. Leadoff home run the other way into the chop house. Braves took a 1-0 lead. We've had defensive highlights in this game, a couple long balls as well. Luis Robert, the only run on the board for the Mets. And a couple back-to-back home runs put it out of reach in the 6th inning. Michael Harris and Profar went back-to-back. Braves win it by a final score of 5-1. And if you want to see coverage of a good baseball game in real life, click the link in the chat. We've got our boy CH doing coverage of Dodger baseball. Padres-Dodgers, high-scoring affair, and it's a fun one. For now, good night. And for those of you that are in here frequently, a little bit of a streaming schedule announcement here. I will be gone until next Tuesday, going out of town for the 4th of July, so I will not be live over the weekend. We will pick it back up on Tuesday, a series to start another home series for the Braves, as they will host the Arizona Diamondbacks here at Truist Park. For now, I'm heading over to CH.